Esimanzonzo.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister, Honorable Members of Parliament. I see some officials. Good afternoon to all of you. I rise here on behalf of the Umkhonto weSizwe, and our position is very clear. We are vehemently opposed to this budget cut for a number of reasons, including but not limited to the following. My contribution is going to focus on the lower courts and particularly criminal trials. The first problem that everybody knows is the following. Lower courts are understaffed and the working conditions are deplorable. Now, a further cut on the budget can only make matters worse. We all know, for example, if you go to the magistrates' court now, where the court is busy, seized with postponements, each magistrate postpones 40 cases per day. I would have thought judicial officers read the files before they postpone them. I have no idea how a magistrate can read 40 cases. This leads to my second point. Section 50, subsection 6 of the Criminal Procedure Act makes the following provision. It provides that a case may be postponed for investigation for a period of up to 7 days. Now, where you are a judicial officer and you have 40 cases per day on your postponement roll, right? What happens every day is the following. Magistrates are going to be told that this matter is not ripe for trial. The matter must be postponed for 7 days, and the poor accused stays in prison for 7 days, because we all know that it is very rare that arrests take place after a proper investigation has been done in this country. In an ideal situation, there must be a proper investigation. Once the investigation has been concluded, then the arrest may lawfully follow, so that you don't have a situation whereby a poor accused person stays in prison for 7 days because the investigation has not been completed. If you think I'm lying, go to the magistrates' court anywhere in the country, you will see that. Provisions is section 50, subsection 6 of the Criminal Procedure Act. I move on to my third point. AVR technology has been used even in this country. This is the technology that is used for postponement of cases. The problem, obviously, is load shedding. You can't rely on electricity. As long as we have load shedding in this country, you can't rely on technology, AVR technology, for postponing cases. This leads me to the point that the Honorable Minister made about integrated system. Maybe it is a solution. I have advocated that for many years, that what is needed is an integrated system. You have a center consisting of the judiciary, the police, and the courts. To that end, I try to introduce something very close to that here in the Western Cape. There are 5 courts that were created. These courts are all in prison, right? So judges go there, and the judges are able to attend to those cases in prison. I wish that could be duplicated elsewhere. The problem is made even worse. I'm talking now about the backlog. The problem is made even worse because of the use of foreign language interpreters. If you get someone from Maputo or any part of the world, it can be from Bangladesh. That person, in terms of our constitution, has a right to have the proceedings conducted in a language that he will understand, which means if the person comes from any part of the world, that person has a right to use that language, and the proceedings must be interpreted to him. We don't have enough foreign language interpreters. This impacts further on the waiting period. And there are people who are languishing in prison as a result of this. The other point I want to make is this. The resources are limited, and one would have expected the prosecuting authorities to use those resources wisely. Not widely, but wisely. I've seen instances, and I prefer not to mention anyone, where the prosecutors have charged accused for what appears to be clearly a common assault case. You find that the accused is charged in the regional court, right? For common assault, you ask yourself, who is sought to be pleased by the prosecutors? I prefer not to mention any name. It was a high-profile person from one of the political parties. The charges against him, he was convicted of assault GBH. In my view, that conviction cannot stand. It should have been common assault. It was an open clap, not even a fist. So that, in my view, that trial should never have taken place in the regional court. It was an abuse of state resources to teach him a lesson.
Honorable Dr. Hlophe.
It was clearly an abuse of state resources. That trial should only have taken place.
Dr. Hlophe. Unfortunately, your time has expired.
For the reasons stated above, we are vehemently opposed to the budget cuts. Thank you.